Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. Today I'm coming to you from this awesome beach here on the mid-north coast, up here at Port Stephens. It's Little Beach, an absolutely awesome, lovely little beach, very similar to the beaches that we enjoy in Europe, and it's a place where I love coming to. I've been coming here for well over 30 years, and I just can't get enough of this wonderful beach. Anyway, it's a brilliant summer's day, and I've gone for my swim, I've done my droning, I've built my granddaughters a little beach pool over here. They've gone home to grab some lunch and to relax. So in the downtime, what I thought I'd do is just pump out a few Jim's 5 a.m. clubs. Now that I've got the time, not working, it's the Australia Day long weekend, so why not do the things that you're passionate about? And vlogging is one of my latest passions, and it's the sort of thing that once I get on a path, I just continue until I get tired of it, until I have a Forrest Gump moment and say, I'm tired, I want to go home. But up until now, I'm enjoying my vlogging, I'm learning a lot, and hopefully, I hope you're also enjoying the journey. And let's go through a book summary today and have a chat to you about a wonderful book entitled Getting Things Done. Getting Things Done by the author, David Allen. So as you can probably understand, Getting Things Done is a book summary on time management. And I guess time management is the sort of thing that I'm very interested in, because we all have limited amount of time and so many things to do within that time. And hence why today I'm just trying to make the most of my time. I'm here at the beach. I've enjoyed my swim. I'm going to have a couple of beers later on. But during the downtime, I'm going to do something that I enjoy as well. So rather than just sit here and do nothing, I plan to do something that I find valuable and something that fills me and makes me fulfilled. So Getting Things Done. What's this book all about? And the author talks about the importance of understanding what done means and what doing looks like. Because each of us have a different world, a different life, a different present, a different past, and of course, a different future. So, what doing, or what things we need to get done, the done is different for all of us. And so we need to define what doing looks like and what done means. So that's an opportunity for us all to reflect on our lives and to try and identify what we need to have happen in our lives for us to look back over our lives and to feel fulfilled and to be happy. Because what happens in life, according to this author, so these are not my murmurings, this is a message which comes out of this wonderful book. He says that stress comes from inappropriate managed commitments. So we've got many commitments in our lives, and if we're not managing them to the best of our abilities, then that's causing us stress. And these commitments come into our life, either we accept them, they're commitments that other people have foisted upon us, or they're commitments that we've invented and made on our behalf. But once you accept a commitment, or once you make a commitment, then it's your responsibility and accountability to see it through, to make it happen, or else to apologise to yourself, apologise to those around you, and let them know that you're incapable of achieving that commitment. But the author also says something very important, that we need to be able to get things done and get them off our plate, because the more things that accumulate, the more things that snowball in our lives, and and the more things that we don't get done, then that causes more and more stress and pressure as the years go on. So you've got to learn to get things done, or decide to not get certain things done, so that you don't continue to be stressed and suffer the consequences and the regret later in life. Because what happens is that once you've decided to commit to something, and hence why a lot of people are non-committal in relationships and getting anything done, is that it creates an open loop in our minds. Because we're teleological in nature, once we've found, or once we've thought about something, once we've got a goal in place, then we have a desire, we have a need to get it completed, to get it finished. And it creates an open loop in our reticular activating system, and it's something that just keeps on going around and around in our minds. And unless you close that loop, unless you complete it, unless you get it done, then you're going to be suffering stress continually. So this open loop is basically anything that does not belong where it is or the way it is, and it causes a cognitive dissonance and an amount of discomfort in our minds. So we tend to then waste a lot of time and energy thinking about things that we're not making progress on, and it eats away at us. You know, it eats away at us consciously, and it also eats away at us subconsciously. So the important thing to understand is that we need to get those loops closed. And to get them closed, as we said before, we need to either do it or abandon it, but not to keep it twirling around and open and waiting to get done, because it'll just drive you crazy. So as the author says, we need to understand and to clearly articulate to ourselves what we mean, what we define done as meaning, so what outcomes we're trying to achieve, and what done looks like in terms of what action we need to take and what action we're doing. So the author talks about the 3 Ds. You need to either do it, delegate it, or defer it, or better still, trash it. The author then comes and talks to us about the 4 criteria for choosing action in any particular moment. So you need to look at the context, you need to look at the time available, you need to look at your energy that's available, and fourth, and not by no means least, you need to look at the priority. So all of those 4 things need to be considered: the context, the time available, the energy available, and the priority that you've set for a particular thing to get done. And the next point is probably the most important point of this book. The best way to make a hard decision. What's the best way to make a hard decision? The best way to make a hard decision is to come back to the purpose of what you are doing in the first place. So you need to come back to first principles. You need to come back and ask yourself, why was I doing this in the first place? And by knowing, by clearly understanding why you are doing it in the first place, will help you, will help guide you, will help direct you to getting things done and making sure that you're doing the things that you want to do and you most appropriately need to do. So if you're not sure why you're doing something, then what you need to do is you need to make a decision. If you're not sure of why you're doing it, then just don't do it. Why waste your time doing something that you don't know why you're doing it? And it happens all the time in our workplace, it happens in our families, it happens in our personal lives. We're doing things, and then you wonder, why am I doing it? What am I trying to achieve? And it says here that the author makes this other point, which I've asterisked, that the world itself is never overwhelmed or confused. Only we are, due to how we engage with it. So that's a very powerful point. Because if you don't do something, the world is not going to come to an end. Your job is not going to come to an end. Your relationships with your friends are not going to come to an end. If you don't know why you're doing it, if you don't know why you should be doing it, then just don't do it, because it's not as important as what you think it is. And the author here says that the most important thing to deal with is whatever is most on your mind. So you need to keep a diary. You need to keep a diary and to register what recurring thoughts keep on circling through your mind. Because if it's circling through your mind all the time, then it's obviously a priority, or it could be an insecurity. But whatever you need to do is you need to diarise it. You need to journal it. You need to see what's happening over and over and over in your mind, because you can only deal with those things once you understand what's happening. So once you've diarised it, once you've journalised those recurring thoughts, those recurring priorities, those things that keep happening over and over again, then you can all of a sudden then shift from your subconscious mind to your conscious mind and put it onto your conscious radar. And once it's on your conscious attention, or it's got your conscious attention, then you can work at it one step at a time. So at the end of the day, the author finishes off his book summary by saying that your mind can only deal with certain things one at a time. And your mind is for having ideas, not for holding on to them. The big mistake that a lot of us make is that we hold on to ideas and we don't close the loop on things, and they just keep on eating away at us a day at a time, week at a time, year at a time, and in 20, 30 years time you're still suffering the consequences and the regrets from things that you should have sorted out decades ago. Things that you should have dumped, trashed, thrown in the trash can, things that you should have consciously decided to defer, things that you should have delegated, passed on to other people to solve, because remembering that other people's problems end up becoming our problems, but you don't need to take on other people's problems, just delegate them and push them back to those people. Or you can actually get up, roll up your sleeves and get it done by doing it. So that's basically it from another wonderful book summary from the mid-north coast at Little Beach, sunning myself on this glorious summer day. The book summary once again is Getting Things Done by David Allen, and where he basically focuses on defining what done means and what doing looks like, and knowing that there are things that you're not going to be able to do, so you need to either defer it, trash it, delegate it, or try as best you can to do it, and not to continue worrying about things for the rest of your life, things that are not worth worrying about. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable. And most importantly, let's get the things done that are most important to us based on the priorities that we have set and not other people have set in our lives. And to look at the context, look at the time we have available, look at the energy that we've got available and the priority that we have set, not others have set. And to remember that in order to make a difficult decision, a hard decision, all you have to do is just go back to the purpose of what you were doing and why you were doing it. And once you clearly understand that, then you can decide whether or not you want to continue doing it, to do it, or to trash it, defer it, or delegate it. Thank you very much for joining me on this wonderful day and joining me on this journey of Jim's 5 a.m. clubs. I'll be coming to you again, probably from the same location because I'm here by myself, even though I'm surrounded by people. And I'll see if I can pump out as many 5 a.m. clubs as I can to click over and get as close as I can to 725 to 1,000 to achieve those goals that I've set and to make the most of the downtime that I have while I'm here holidaying, taking it easy and celebrating this glorious weather. Anyway, take care, Yassas, Filakia from Jim's 5 a.m. Club, and we'll talk again. Bye for now.